So I'll be taking my session in a couple of segments. My main objective of this session is talking about the deep tech. Okay, so I'll be starting with one story, an interesting story. Imagine person X is traveling and he is driving a car, and he is wearing an augmented reality glass. Depending on his body pressure and his blood pressure and his facial recognition, the glass itself understood that Mr. X is hungry. And when he is hungry at around 4 o'clock, he usually have either burger or he usually have a pizza. It knows. And for that same reason, the glass asked Mr. X whether he is hungry at the moment or not. Mr. X said yes. So the AR glass gives him the option that would you like to go for burger or would you like to go for the pizza? Mr. X said, I'm going for pizza. So for next 5 to 10 kilometers, the AR glass itself searches about the nearby food joint. He gave a reply again. Mr. X is driving the car with his both hand. He's wearing this kind of AR glass. So the glass asked him again, do you need a cheese pizza or would you like to prefer some more olive on it? He said, I'll go for more olive. So the AR glass gave him a reply, okay, fine, done. After a few minutes, when he was about to reach the destination, the nearby food joint, he found the food is ready. He just have that pizza, consume it, and go away. Now what happened in between? In between, this AR glass is actually finding the data using his own blockchain signature. The payment has been already done to that restaurant itself regarding the extra olive pizza. And when he was there, he just got the delivery. He went away, didn't transact anything because all payment has been done in a proper, structured, encrypted manner. He don't have to swipe his card. Everything is done. I'm not talking about future tech. I'm actually talking about something which is coming up. So we actually consider COVID-19 and COVID-19 era in two different aspects, post-COVID-19 and pre-COVID-19. Post-COVID-19 is going to be something where AI, where ML, where virtual reality, augmented reality, all going to play a very different kind of active role. Depending on the industry, I have actually crafted this presentation in a complete different way. In the screen itself, you might have seen various games. So these are all characters created by my company, my team. These are all the characters created from the mythology. So usually people feel that, oh my God, it's a child play. What's the relationship between game and these kind of storyline that Arijit is talking about? Well, the whole scenario I have been presenting in front of you, the AR glass and the communication process, everything can be done using the gaming technology. We sometimes use the engine, we sometimes use the algorithm. I'm going to show you multiple number of examples. For an example, we have Mahishasur as one of the character, Kumbhakarna as one of the character, Shani as one of the character, you know. So these are the characters which are going to be the future icon for a couple of brands. I'll show them live. Now for making a brand active in this kind of world needs participation of people. When you launch any kind of game in the Play Store, or maybe India usually know 3 Play Stores, Google Play Store, Apple, Amazon. Some people know that there are few local Play Stores available. Maybe people know few of them, but around the world there are more than 300 plus local app stores available. When you put your game into those Play Stores, people are downloading it, enjoying it, you get number of users. For those number of users, you filtered out their choice, you filter out their mindset, and you filter out their business structure. Depending on that business structure, you ask the companies to put their advertisement. So what happened? This was the first case when we started with real actor from Calcutta. So Mainak is an actor mainly in local movies, in Bengali movies. We converted him into a particular 3D character which became an avatar for multiple brands. The test case of Mainak happened in such a way where Moinak do have his own fan base into the digital world. After releasing the movie, he started getting orders from brands. Could you please represent us into the VR world so that our brand becomes popular? Because he already built his own avatar, his own persona in the gaming world. Slowly, the gaming world started merging with the virtual reality world. That merging happened like this. Uh, if you don't know about them, well, this is one of the finest megastar from Bengal. His name is, this is Priyanka, this is Amrita, and this is Arjun. If you can try to see, these are 3D character. This is the 3D character, and this is the 3D character. Exactly look like the real-time, real-life actor. They act like them, they walk like them, they move like them. So we did real-time, real-life simulation of all of them. Did 360-degree camera movement with characterization and specialization. You know what happened after that? When you release a movie, I'm just taking one by one sector. When you release a movie, the movie might be running for, say, 2 months. If it's a hit one, maybe it is running for a year. What happens after that? You sell the rights. Maybe you do it in TV, you go for satellite rights, you go for digital rights. But in this world, this game is running for the last 4 years. And this was actually Bengal's first Calcutta-based movie game. And for the last 4 years, this gentleman, along with couple of other actor and actress, they have been hyped into multiple number of countries, because when you release a game, the game actually released worldwide. For a movie, releasing that worldwide is a bit challenge money wise, but in the gaming world, when you go for proper publishing, you get all those kind of publishing footprints. And they have been approached by several brands to be their face out of India. So possibility is becoming reality when you actually encourage people on realistic approach. Now I'm just going to show you another realistic approach. Shaktiman. When I met Mr. Khanna, we had a nice chat, and we started digging into the fact that yes, Shaktiman used to be one of the finest TV series once upon a time when I was a kid, and I was fan of Shaktiman once upon a time. So while building all these superhero characters, I approached him very humbly, and he said, "Okay, fine, Arijit, you use the character, and maybe you can give it a different kind of height." So I asked him, "Can we simulate you as Shaktiman, because you are Shaktiman?" Well, he became aged, as you can see in the picture. But in the 3D, it was a challenging job for us. We made him the way he used to look around 30 years back, around 25, 30 years back. It was challenge. But the possibility become a complete different. In a possibility sector, you actually place the superhero in front of the teenagers, you create merchandising items, you create it for the brand promotion, and you actually give different kind of visibility in various part of the world. So slowly in superhero world, it is becoming popular and popular, and I'm sure in due course of time, it's going to hit the market in a complete different way. Now, connecting that part, I'm going to connect you with another concept. I'm making it very fast because we have a limited time, and I want you guys to ask me various questions after maybe the presentation. If I'm too fast, just raise your hand, I'll become slow down. You know. So when you actually do such kind of activities in gaming world, people feel that, oh my God, gaming is like, you're playing game with your mobile, maybe in PC, maybe you're using some console. Where is the real-time connect? The real-time connect and real-life connect happens when you integrate cosplay with it. You make a character popular in the world, which is maybe the virtual reality world, maybe the digital world. And you know what happens? When you make this kind of character popular, you try to create similar kind of dresses in real life. So I'm giving you a real life example of one of our game. So when you play Fight of the Legions, you have an option to buy its dresses, its item in from the real time store. So when you're playing the game will give you an option. If you like that particular, say, you like the hat, or maybe you like the dress, you have been pinged by the local store that, hey, you know what, I have this dress, if you want to buy, please come, and there is a discount that is going on. Tagline: it is all AI, it is all machine learning. the machine itself from the game is learning whether you have a like or dislike or not. If you have that, from which shop you can buy it. And if you're going for, buying that dress, there is an option before buying it. You can actually try it in augmented reality. I'm going to touch upon that as well. I'm going to show you a few of the videos as well. Well, talking about the same, I mean, for the last couple of minutes, I've been talking about virtual reality, augmented reality, and you might have think that, virtual reality devices are actually expensive. There are, different kind of concept in VR world that you might be able to buy a small piece of plastic and you insert your phone, it becomes your VR device. Let me break the myth. Those kind of devices are very good if you want to have, you can say, first user experience. But if you want to actually experience virtual reality, this is basically a box of plastic. You just have an option, a plastic and two glasses. You just have the option maybe to insert your mobile into that particular box, and that gives you a 3D VR effect. But if you want to interact with it with some maybe devices for motion captures and all, it is not going to give you that kind of infrastructure. The real VR device I'm going to show you. This is a real virtual reality device, although it's not available at the moment in India, but this is one of our product. It has got all the buttons on the top. So when you wear like this, you have an option to interact. It has got processor, it has got memory, it has got Wi-Fi connectivity, it doesn't need any kind of mobile. There is nothing, everything is inbuilt. You have the movement option, you have the interactive option, and moreover, you have two different rings. If you wear them, you can actually do the motion capturing. I'll show you the videos, so don't worry. And then we have another kind of device which we call as mixed reality or extensive reality. It's called XR device. When it is connected with some computer and you can project that thing happening in your digital world inside the PC into the real world, and you can interact with this kind of remote sensors. Okay, you can use it like this, right? Because it's a webinar, I can't show you the whole operation, but I'm going to show you some videos. Coming back to that merchandising part, talking about games, talking about making characters available, making dresses available, we floated an e-commerce portal on all these dresses, including amulets, including weapons, including toys, including the dresses. And well, we never ever thought that we were going to stop over there. What we did, we went into the XR world. I'm going to show you what is XR world. Let me finish my presentation. We went for these kind of dresses into real life show, and as I was saying, this lady, she is an actress. She is not wearing the dress. She is actually trying it in extensive reality. Okay, so in XR world, she got an option to try the dress before she's actually wearing it. The same thing is happening here as well. Okay, we tried to create a storyline based system where they are actually experiencing XR into real world. And the dresses you saw, well, I have something called, doing something called good for society. So me and my teammates, we traveled various part of India talking to the people who are not very lucky to get good amount of money. Their income level is really, really low, but they are handicraft designers, but they have the skill set to maybe create some dress, maybe some arts, some dokra arts, some maybe toys. We started giving them training, and these guys actually made it happen. So whatever money we are generating, we are giving back to these kind of communities so that they can grow and uplift themselves. Talking about the VR, I'm going to take one by one example now. Okay, VR can be done these kind of segments. One, we can go for entertainment. We can always create these kind of games where we have zombie shooting, we have fightings, but think of the possibilities. You can always go for a test case where you train the military with new line of guns. the exact kind of recoil can be done, exact kind of experience can be given. You can create a battlefield where they have been trained, maybe, in a different situation. You can create a snow situation, you can create a situation where there is jungle, you can create some situation where inside the city. You can go for various amount of training, and moreover, you can always go for a training module for your maybe automotive industry. So this VR game of ours is actually for giving training for a user who don't know how to drive. It is teaching them how to drive a car. VR is not stopped into only entertainment or automotive. Nowadays, VR is actually being utilized in healthcare industry in a very different way. In VR, imagine a situation that you can actually detect patients and you can actually check their possible situation, maybe their brain, maybe their inside body parts, using the virtual reality and augmented reality situations. And in the back end, the AI is allowing you to understand, detect, and maybe go for a pre-operation or pre-surgery before doing the actual one. It is giving you a flexibility to understand and learn. So this picture is actually an example how you can learn a basic surgery. So this is a VR zone where these two people are not real. This is the Caesar, and they're doing everything in VR in real time, real life mode. you know so it's not an actual body. This is all for training, and the training has been done before maybe you are going for actual operation. It can be done during the training session as well. Interesting fact, nowadays VR is being used for physically challenged people to give them proper treatment. This picture is an example of that. So with VR, you can experience actually the movements and the treatment part. You can actually detect the bodies. Here you go, these parts. I hope you can see my mouse icon, I'm not sure. And you can experience all those kind of speeding up process. This process, with research, it has been seen that when you do any normal kind of treatment, but if you integrate VR into this, it is actually increasing the productivity level. Let me show you a video. I'm sure it is. Now, when you go to construction world, when you go to garment industry, if you remember that I was talking about something on, wearing your dress before you actually buy it or purchase it. This is one of the example where you can actually cross check how you're going to look if you buy that. So this is basically one of the live example of XR, where you can do pre-construction before you go for the real life construction. This is the blueprint that these guys have, and this is the kind of building that they are trying to make. So I'm going to show you a video before I think I jump into the explanation, and how you can go it with fashion industry. This is an example of leather industry, construction industry, and few others. So I'll be showing you one automotive one. So you can actually imagine a situation that you don't have to move from your home. Rather, you're just using maybe a VR device. It can be HTC Vive, it can be Oculus, it can be Microsoft HoloLens, whatever you're using. And at the same time, if you have your team ready with all those devices, you can do the co-production. I mean, that can be done in any different kind of industry. I'm going to show you another example of similar activities which can be done in real estate.
So what we're seeing is a real-time condo environment running in virtual reality. You can look around, crouch down to the floor, or even jump up to look over the fridge. You move around by teleporting your position with the hand controllers. I use the teleportation method as it is more suited for new users of virtual reality. Doing so, you are much less likely to feel motion sickness, but at the same time, it can be rather limiting for people with more experience using virtual reality. To fully appreciate this, you would actually need to watch it on a virtual reality headset, as the video we are watching now is only in 2 dimensions. So how did I create this scene? The virtual condo is based off a real place, and by living here, it made matching the look and feel much easier. I can safely say that walking around in the virtual condo feels right at home in terms of...
This nowadays is actually common, but if you look at this kind of situation where you have a flexibility to purchase your maybe sunglass or maybe your dress, and how you are going to look into real world, you can do it real time using the XR or using the VR devices. And nowadays, if you go beyond those normal VR things, usually we take the term VR, AR, XR in one liner. Three of them are different as well as three of them are similar. So when you talk about augmented reality is actually combining the real world with the 3D world. So this guy is wearing a Microsoft HoloLens where he can actually build something on the open space using the HoloLens itself. I'm going to show you a few of the examples, then I'll go deep into it. Please, ask me, shoot me any question after this slide, because I don't want to go very, very technical. I'm just keeping everything in general so that everybody can understand it. If you need any kind of technicalities, I'll be more than happy to explain.
Was an expert. If everyone had expert knowledge, long dragged out breakdowns, for a simple thing, lack of knowledge, right, or through miscommunication, and customer repairs. We introduced Paul to augmented reality. Now, the front of the module, in the middle down the front, you should be a white button. So below that treating table, you should go yes, go to your left a bit more. No, that's the panel. Go to your left a little bit more. Red. Yep, there's the white button flashing. Click that. Yep. That should be solid now. Alright. Exactly the same thing on the second module to your right hand side. So close the lid, place the guard line, then guard, in guard, and then lock the module guards. So, what did lead think of being guided by Paul? Not a hassle, not a problem. It's just like having someone looking over your shoulder watching what you're doing. Augmented reality removes the need to physically be located at the source of the problem, helping you do more with less.
XR is actually a combination of virtual reality, mixed reality, and augmented reality. XR is allowing you to give a projection, maybe using hologram or maybe using some other technology, to have a look at the same time you're working inside your VR zone, or maybe interacting with your clients. Um, let me try to give one example. I'm not sure whether it will run properly or not. I'm trying my best, but I'm going to take the example of one of my connect, uh, one of my corporate connect. I would say her name is Anna. She is doing amazing drawing using the XR system. Um, if it is not running, I'll be trying to put it in the chat box. Maybe you can open it individually into your browser.
Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds?
Here you go. She is doing everything using XR. Whatever drawing you are watching, it is actually XR example. She is using these devices to draw on the surface, which is pure thin air. And I have already shared the link in the chat box so that you can individually open it in your browser. So let me jump into uh, something which is interesting. We have been talking about all VR, XR, AR, game development. What is this AI is actually doing over here? So whatever you have seen, whatever you have experienced, AI is acting as a backend into virtual reality and game development. And for your information, game development is basically the early adopter of artificial intelligence long time back. And we actually play with people's mind. We call it as neuromarketing long back. Now the neuromarketing term actually came in the world, but we are using day in, day out, done day night to understand people's mindset. So nowadays in food technology, AI is used. Just think of a tea maker where you are actually using that tea maker using a web surface. You can actually make your own kind of tea with your mobile set. Maybe you can go for a particular kind of tea leaf, and maybe your sweetness. You can choose everything using your smartphone, and before you come to your maybe house, your tea is actually ready. Banking and financial service, they are using AI in various parts. The most and trusted case is using the chatbots. So when you enter and log in into the banking system, there are chatbots who are actually available for you to interact with you, communicate with you, understand your need, and give a reply on need based system. The early adoption of AI happened in fraud detection process, where using the AI, Mastercard is actually detecting whether there is any kind of fraudulent transaction happening or not, depending on various data points. It's pretty complex process. I'm not going very deep into it. I'll be showing very few example of all those AI things and all. But according to my understanding, whatever time I have spent in AI for the last couple of years, AI actually improved a lot. So we used to use a lot of different kind of algorithm building the AI based products, and slowly we started giving the machine a learning method which can actually give them an option to learn by themselves. So AI ML both are different term but actually goes hand in hand. It's an option where you are teaching the system what to do, what not to do in next phase, and the machine itself is improvising its own database system, its own intelligence system. That's the power of machine learning. And in machine learning we have done something. I'll be more than happy to show you that example. Let me see if I can find it in my Yeah, it is there. Although the video quality wouldn't be very crisp, but yes, I'm going to try it. This is a solution we did using artificial intelligence, no connection with VR or AR or anything related to that. So I'd love you to maybe, I hope the video is visible, it would be audible. We did it in uh, Israel and floated a company in Denmark.
So, Arijit, the video is not seen and we can't even hear properly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go. Maybe I'll explain it. Is it fine? Okay. So what we did, we actually took front camera of a mobile, and it can detect your skin, it can detect your eyes, it can detect your the way you breathe. Okay, so depending on your say if I'm looking at this camera, it will detect my skin color, my tone, and everything, and it can detect whether I have got flu, got some amount of problem in the inside the human body, and depending on those kind of interfaces, it can actually tell me whether I'm infected by COVID-19 or not. This is already being used in 4 different countries, and we have jointly collaborated with the government to find the early detection of COVID-19 so that we can save human life. Um, Trying best to get it done in India as well with various data points, but we are lacking data points. That's the main, you can see, issue that we usually get in Indian system. In any case, I'll be going deep into the blended structure of retail and e-commerce. If you run any kind of, say, any kind of store or maybe chain of business, maybe a manufacturing unit, everything can be uplifted and upgraded in an automatic way. So if you run a manufacturing unit, you can use robotic heads, you can use robotic hands, you can use robotic eyes to do the manufacturing process better and much more accurate. In that way, people will not be jobless. Rather, you will need a different breed of people who will be most probably able to control these robotic hands, control these robotic eyes, so that things goes in an auto mode. You don't have issues about human interaction in a very the way Indian system do. I mean, sorry about this statement, but we have our industry structure. All of us do follow that. But if you uplift it, upgrade it with the power of AI, it's an amazing journey you are going to face. Trust me, we moved to cloud network remote control working mode in 2017 end. So during this COVID-19 time, we never ever stopped our production. I mean, we are live working from anywhere from the globe, and the system is allowing us to do anything using the network connectivity. Yes, you might say there is a possibility of fraud, there is a possibility of system security. Certainly we are trying to take care of all those kind of possible options. Certainly we take a lot of challenges. There are challenges in the Indian system where we have less bandwidth. There are challenges where we have a possibility of data snatching. But yes, we are taking care of all those kind of points. So uh, as a company, if you guys feel that this is the right time to move your maybe your finance base, maybe your client data point, or maybe your production process, I don't know about your business much, so I'm just going generic. You can always try those remote network possibilities where you can actually have the flexibility working from anywhere, and you are not going to face any kind of trouble. The data points are nowadays blocked by, or rather protected by, the blockchain technology, and there are a couple of other technologies available where you can actually protect your data point. Let me touch a little bit on blockchain and IoT and what exactly can be done. I'm skipping all the videos because can't run it properly. So in blockchain, you can actually, very simple, if you are running a university, you can go for all the results, all the examination results, or maybe the maybe the control system of students into blockchain. What happens? You have a unique key for all those individual people. Just imagine, if you lose your certificate, it's just gone. You again have to come to university, wait for a couple of days, reprint it, refind it from the database, and then again print it. But if you are all saved into a decentralized system, using a blockchain technology, there is no option that you can lose your data. You can get it done from anywhere in the globe. You can actually get the data from anywhere. You just have to have a very small amount of bandwidth, download it, print it out from anywhere. That's an example of universities. You can go for medical record keeping, you can go for digital IDs, you can actually go for the supply chains. So in business, usually blockchain allow communicating with the unique customer. You can actually hold your customer base, you can go for the retailer base, you can actually have repeat customer if you have everything in blockchain. There is no way that anyone can actually do a duplicacy or maybe a fraudulent activities. Those things are already taken care of. Talking about the related kind of industry, sorry about being so fast. I can see it's 4:46 already. If you go through the related kind of technology, there is another very beautiful thing. Most probably we all are actually using it. It's called Internet of Things. In small word, it's IoT. Imagine a situation, I'm actually inside my house, and I can say turn on lights, light will be turned on. If I can say that turn off the lights, lights will be turned off. This is very common nowadays. You can use your smartphone to control your maybe your lights, your fan. The world moved in a different way. In agriculture nowadays, people are using IoT to do smart agri. People are nowadays using healthcare. They are using health tech, using those kind of IoT solutions where they can actually control stuff, monitor better, faster, and a very sophisticated manner. I was talking with one of the startup from another country, and they have been showing me a device which can actually detect and monitor, and it can actually save time of nurses. It can actually monitor the patient very properly in a very easiest way, and people are using it, people are taking it. Imagine a situation into a hotel, you are saving your electricity when you're going out from your room. Maybe you're not inserting your key, or maybe you have inserted some other card and the room is actually running. Forget all those kind of system. If you are not inside the room, automatically room temperature, room ACs, room lights will be turned off. So it can actually detect human body. So those kind of things are actually in the market. People are using it just to save the cost. It's not about increasing your cost. In the long run, it is saving a lot. So I'll be finishing my presentation. So this is the last slide. So we try to connect consumers with technology, and certainly with creativity. And it's all about riding a tiger. We are all tiger riders, whoever have started their business, their venture. I can see there are a lot of chat messages. Piali, you want me to answer one by one?
Yeah, sure. In fact, you could start. There was one from Ravi Agarwal.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Raviji, you asked me a question that can we stay in Calcutta and see the work going on in, say, Gujarat in a house in real time? Yes, you can. Well, costing depends on what flexibility, what level you are looking for. Are you looking for 3 layer of security? You are looking for 1 layer of security, depending on that. In a nutshell, if I give you a approx answer, it might start from 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs, depending on your requirement. It can go up, it can go down. But in a nutshell budget, you may think of a budget of maybe 3 to 3.5 lakhs. Well, then I have another question from Mr. Hiteshwar. Could you share any deep tech innovation happening in mental health? Yes, of course. Very interesting question. Thanks for this question. I was going too fast. Actually, I had a video for the same. Well, regarding the mental health care, people are using virtual reality device to cure patients. Nowadays, they have been yeah, we can do that. Give me a second, Mr. Ravi. Let me answer that part first. People are nowadays using virtual reality solutions to give them a happy moment, engage with real life, understand their brain, understand their way they are thinking, understand what is going on, what is the mental situation. So it's not about only a one person. So it's a AI based system in the back end, which is actually connecting multiple number of doctors' opinion and controlling the human mind, and then trying to optimize it, penetrate. Nowadays, there is another very beautiful concept came for geriatric patients. They are adopting virtual pets. The fun part is when you adopt a virtual pet, it's like maybe you're adopting a puppy, and you grow it in virtual world. Day by day, you have to feed it. You have to, go out, walk with it, interact with it, talk with it, and then come back. And I'm not sure about the year. I really forgot the year. But somehow in Asia, somebody created a robotic dog, which became a real-time, real-life dog for geriatric people, and it can actually interact, work, the usual homeworks, usual household works, usual stuffs and all, maybe bringing the newspaper and all, and people are happy. Okay, I've got another question. Are we bound to end it within 5 o'clock, Piali?
Sorry. I think 5-10 minutes should be fine if our rest of our
Okay, let me address
attendees are okay with it.
one more question. Yeah. Okay. Your views on streaming live 3D VR
Yes,
class.
please.
Yeah. Streaming live 3D VR class to lakhs of students on class schedule. Okay. It can be done, sir. It can be done. But the only challenge is the cost of these kind of VR glasses are really, really high. So I would recommend not to go with VR at the moment, but yes, we can have a holographic projection. There is a company, I know them personally, who are actually maintaining, managing virtual reality based holographic meeting rooms. So there is a interesting topic you might search in Google. It's called Second Life. So when you go for Second Life, you will see number of people are living a different kind of life into that particular virtual world. These kind of technologies can be used to train students. Forget lakhs, we can go for crores. But the only challenge is network connectivity. If you have a good network, voila, everything can be done. Okay. We had prepared web portal for frames using NLP, but the thing is digital literacy of farmers is lesser. So which new technologies that we can use to make portal easy? Common farmers. Okay, I need to understand, Mr. Mo. I don't recognize your name. Okay, I need to understand in details so that I can address the same. I'll be available after this. You have got my email ID. You can shoot a mail directly to me. Until unless I know the exact thing that you have created, very difficult for me to answer that. Okay. Are you working on a website that you are sharing in the fashion industry? Please share your. Yeah, we are working on the same. I'll share the URL with you. No problem. Retail outlets trying close. We are wearing it. Please. Okay, yeah, I'll share all those things. 5G solution for VR and AR. Well, I'm not sure about the same. All these G's are I don't know, some geek word for me, because when I travel out of India, this same 4G works much more faster, and if I come back in India, 4G becomes like 2G. So not sure.